So, another board game review. Colosseum from Days of Wonder. A game that you may think you'll never be able to learn. But once you do, if you just make that effort, because it does take some effort, it is absolutely fantastic. It's one of the best games I've ever played. It's wonderful. Absolutely wonderful. And each player gets one of these sheets, which has an overview of everything that you need to do for each turn. All the cards and tokens that are available, basically. So you always have this to look at when you're getting a little uncertain of what to do next, which will probably happen quite a lot the first few times you play. The thing about this game that makes it a little scary for a lot of new players is that it has an incredible amount of doodads. As you see, I've had people totally freak because of this when we were going to play it, and they've come in and said, "Oh my god, what the hell is all of that? I'll never be able to figure that out." But they do, because it really makes a lot of sense. You need quite a bit of space. The board is really huge, like this. You move around here. And there are 5 turns to the game. On the 5th turn ends, you can tally up which player has the most victory points, which counted around here, and the one with the most points is the winner. What you do is you start out with an arena that is relatively small, like this, for instance, but then you add on to it like this until it's really big. You buy season tickets for your arena, like this. You install, of course, if you wish, there's no force, but you may install an Emperor's Lodge. And then, what you gotta do is you gotta put on performances that will draw people, audiences, crowds, to your arena to watch your plays. You start out with some simple ones like this, the Race of Janus, or the Amphitryon, and you build up to bigger ones like the Liars of Mercury, for instance, or some of these are really funny titles, and I just love thinking about the game designers. Must have had such a fantastic time thinking what to call all of these plays or performances or shows, whatever. Like this, the Monospielburgus, which just is fantastic. Eventually, you move up to the really big stuff, like the Great Prophecies of Jupiter, or the biggest of them all, Caesar's Triumphal March. You have to pay gold to buy these scripts. Of course, gotta have gold. The cost is here. And then you need various stuff to perform it. You need various tokens like these. And then you earn points and more gold for the number of the crowds that you get, the audience you bring in, 50,000, or if you don't have all the tokens you need, 45,000, 40,000, whatever. Then you can also get extra points by having the senators, the consuls, or the great Caesar to come witness your plays, or to be audience, because that will draw extra crowds. And they move around by the use of these dice, and they either give you, if they're in your arena, they'll give you extra points because people will come just to see them. But if you also end up placing them in one of these specially marked areas, you earn so-called Emperor medals, which will give you extra abilities. So they're really good. And you also you start out with some of these and a bit of gold, these small ones, a bit of gold, and some of these tokens that you need to play, or to produce, actually, to produce. And the tokens, starting tokens look like this is the background, and they have various symbols on them to indicate what they can do. Lions, gladiators, scenery, plants, chariots, cages, horses, poets, and there are lots of different ones that you need, as you see here, different types, and you need them in different numbers. You start out with some, and then you can buy more in the markets. You have a whole bunch of them here. You buy more in the markets once each turn, and you can also trade them with the other players so that you get what you need. And they hopefully get some what they need, and you can all produce fantastic plays. And there are some tokens that are interchangeable, like this is a joker, this one gives you an emperor medal, and so on. And basically, just get as many of them as you can to produce your play. If you have some missing, that's not a disaster, just like you have enough to produce it. And if you have a lot of the ones that you use, you get a star performer reward. So you can get extra points for having a lot, for instance, of horses or lions or whatever. So that's a +2. Now this looks incredibly tricky. Looks like there's just a shitload of stuff that you gotta learn, and you'll never remember it all. And yeah, remembering everything may be difficult if you don't play it often, but like I said, you get this sheet that tells you everything you need to do during the 5 turns, and here you see all of the plays that are available, the scripts for shows that you perform, how much they cost, how many audience members they give you, and how big an arena you need, and what tokens and how many of each that you need, plus how many of each token is available in the game. So it's not as easy, it's not as tricky, it's not easy to remember all of this, but it's not as tricky as it sounds, because you don't have to remember it. You have this crib sheet that can help you along. And I just gotta say, this game is so much fun that the effort it takes to learn all of this is absolutely worth it. Abso-fucking-lutely worth it. It's an amazing game. It kicks ass. It's one of the best games I've ever played. It is so much fun. It's for 4 players, but ideally you can play it with 2. I don't think you should be less than 3. Or at least I seem to recall that it's for... no wait, it's for 5, isn't it? Yeah, it's for 5. You can play it with as few as 3, but I recommend being at least 4 or 5 people, because the more the merrier. The bigger the competition gets, and the more fun it is. And it just opens up for so many bad jokes that I can't even begin to tell you. You just have to try it and see. It's kind of expensive, at least it is here where I live, where everything is expensive, but... sorry, I take that back. The price is high, but our wages are high, so it evens out. But still, as board games go, this is a pricier one. But, as you see, you get so much stuff that, to me, that defends the price. Because you get what you pay for, and this is a complicated game with a lot of doodads and gadgets, but it has to be that way, and it's not as hard as it looks by any stretch of the imagination. Because once you start playing, everything that I've spread out here makes total sense within the mechanics of the game, so don't worry about that, because once you start to play, everything from the Emperor to your screenplays, to all your tokens here, the gladiators, and the potted plants, the Emperor medals, and all your gold, it'll all make sense. And you're gonna love it. It's a fantastic game. Colosseum game setup.
Hvor mye det koster, det? Ja.
Husker ikke. Er utført?
Ja, er det noe som har noe løver en sjelden ting på markedet akkurat nå?
Ja, jeg har løver. Jeg trenger sånne musikanter. Det trenger jeg, og jeg har løve.
Det høres veldig lovende ut, skal vi se.
Ja.
Løver er det 10 av, og musikanter er 12, altså jeg er ganske jevnbyrdige. Du har 2 løver.
Må du det, altså?
Jeg må det.
10.
Tyrigon of Momus. Wow.
Kjøpe den for penger.
Ja.
Men da er spørsmålet hvor mye er de her tingene verdt, da? Det kommer an på kjøper og selger. Hvor er jeg villig til å betale? Jeg er ikke så sikker på om jeg er villig til å betale den, betale for den, tatt i betraktning at det ligger 2 stykker ut på bordet som går an å grabbe neste runde.
Forhåpentligvis. Er det deg?
Japp. Er terningen først?
Ja. Så har du flyttet det.
Men det er 4.
6? Nei, 4. 1, 2, 3.
Oi, storfint besøk.
Fett. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4.
Når var den der ute? Da får du en keisermedaljong.
Dødsbra. Yes, og i kveld så skal vi se Venatio til ære for vår Cæsar.
Hail Caesar!
Hail Caesar. Og det er et veldig primalt stykke vi har i kveld. Det handler om de som jakter og de som blir jaktet på. Hester og løver. Og et bur.
Som kunne bli brukt i Bylstad-stykket, vil jeg tro.
Nei, for vi har både hestene og løvene i samme bur. Så det er veldig dramatisk.
Ja,
og det ender stort sett bare på en måte.
Ja, jeg tror vi alle kan gjette slutten på det stykket der.
Ja. Så det er veldig, de fleste vet hva de får, og de er veldig fornøyd med det.
Ja. Til og med keiseren.
Til og med keiseren til stedet kaster lys over forestillingen.
Ja, fantastisk.
Det er så fint.
Da. Og da blir det, den var fulltallig den der?
Ja, fulltallig, så det er 11 der. Pluss de
blir 21.
21 pluss keiseren vår.
Det blir 28 da.
25 år.
Og så har du den 5, den hadde jeg ikke telt med.
Nei.
33 da faktisk.
Ja.
Oi.
Ja.
Da blir det masse gull.
33 pluss
14.
Hvor mye er det?
47. Så kan du telle deg 33 fremover.
Jeg har den i da.
Wow. Nå begynner det å se ganske fullt ut rundt her. Det er ikke søppel, kanskje du kan selge det. One man's trash is another man's treasure. Og så vet du. Colosseum from Days of Wonder. An absolutely fantastic game that I cannot praise highly enough. I love it. I recommend it absolutely unreservedly. A fantastic game.